Quan Nguyen is a tech entrepreneur and founder of Incredibots Agency. He brings over a decade of business experience with a background in tech startups, automation, and marketing. Possessing a natural sales and marketing ability, he has achieved over $10 million in direct sales using automated lead generation and sales systems using chatbots and email marketing inside LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and online banner ads. He now uses his experience to help business leaders understand and utilize the power of conversational marketing and business automation using chatbots. Welcome, Quan.
Thanks, Eyob. Now, I'm guessing that I'm going to have to do a screen share.
Yes.
And then we'll just jump straight into it.
Great. And I'll leave you be. Have a good one, Quan.
Thanks, Eyob. But I'm really excited to be able to present this technology to you and to do this presentation, which is all about chatbots. We sort of frame it like this, right? How to create a digital version of yourself to live on your website, to live on your online assets like Facebook pages, your Google My Business listings, and so on and so forth. So this is all about how to skyrocket your sales and automate everything using chatbots. Let's jump in. So I want you to use your imagination with me for a moment and just imagine if doing business was as easy as texting, okay? So imagine if ordering pizza and you needed to order, a pizza for a party, and you could do that the night before. So in the middle of the night at midnight, you could literally just text your local pizza shop and say, hey, I just want to order 10 large margaritas for pickup at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. And then they would literally message you back and say, cool, that's done. That would be, $250. You can pay here and book it in. I'll meet you at 6 p.m. Or imagine if you could text your shipping company or your courier to say, hey, when's my parcel arriving? And they would basically text back and say, well, what's your consignment number? And then you just put in your consignment number and then boom, you would get the answer right then and there. Or imagine if, your kids got sick in the middle of the night and you wanted to book an appointment for 10 a.m. the next morning, and you could literally just go to your doctor's and just text your doctor and say, hey, I want to book an appointment for 10 a.m. And then they sort of give you a calendar and to say, hey, well, 10 a.m. is not available, but, I can give you 10:15 or 10:30. Would you like to book now? And imagine if all of that was done on a text or SMS chat interface. Well, you don't have to imagine any longer, because with this technology called chatbots, all of those scenarios that I just mentioned is viable and it's already happening, okay? And we call chatbots the future of online marketing, sales, and support because of what it can do. Now, before I jump into the presentation, I want to sort of paint a picture of the history of how it all started. So back in 2016, Facebook launched this thing called Messenger chatbots. And basically what they wanted to do was they looked at the landscape of business and they saw that it was quite cluttered, and there was a lot of avenues and a lot of, platforms being used to, do business. So there was emails back and forth from businesses to customers. There was websites and inquiries through websites. There was, businesses trying to get people to download their mobile apps. There was text messaging, there was live chat, there was phone calls, and Facebook saw chatbot technology as a way to streamline everything into one platform, and that's exactly what they've done. So today, obviously, chatbots can do most of those things, and sometimes they can do it better because it's so instantaneous. Now, fast forward to today, 5 years later, and chatbots have really just become an essential part of business. So, if you've got a busy website, the next thing you need is a chatbot. And so all of the big brands have them. Some are great, some are not so great. It's really up to the bot builder to create a great experience. But just to say that most big brands do have chatbots. Now, what I want to do, guys, is I want to help you to sort of understand how maybe you could utilize this technology for yourself by showing you 3 big brands that you would know of and how they're utilizing their chatbots. So basically, if you look on the left-hand side here, this is Ralph, the Lego gift bot. So if you go to Lego and you go to their Facebook page or you go to their website, Ralph will pop up. And Ralph is really just like a Lego concierge, okay? He knows everything about Lego, and he'll ask you a whole bunch of questions to really help you to find the right Lego set. And so you could go to Ralph and go, hey, I'm looking for a gift for Christmas for my niece or for my nephew. And then Ralph will say, well, look, how old is your nephew? What's your nephew's name? What sort of Lego or what sort of stuff is your niece or nephew into? What's your budget? He'll ask you all those types of questions, just like if you were to walk into a Lego shop and you had a Lego assistant helping you guide through the purchase. So that's basically what Ralph the Lego bot does. And then inside the chat, he'll curate all of the best options according to your answers. And then he'll say, well, look, according to everything that you've said, these are your best options according to your budget. And he'll show you some different options, and you can literally just click and swipe and buy that Lego set right then and there. Now, Levi's is a little bit different. Levi's chatbot is all about like a fashion concierge, where they're basically telling you and asking you, what sort of jeans do you like? What sort of, fit do you like through the hips and your thighs? What color are you after? And what cut do you prefer? And they'll ask you all these types of questions to find you the right pair of Levi's. And again, you can just buy right inside the chat. Facebook already has your credit card details. You don't even need to fill it in. And boom, you just purchase it right then and there. And then CNN, this is the world's most popular news chatbot. And when you first jump onto CNN to engage with their chatbot, the CNN chatbot will then ask you all types of questions about what your preference is when it comes to news. So it'll ask you things like, hey, when do you like to read the news? Okay, are you a morning reader, night reader? And that's so that they can push information to you, push articles to you. They'll ask you, are you into politics? Are you into sports? Are you into finance? What sort of articles and news publications do you want to see? Do you want to see local? Do you want to see world? And they'll ask you all these questions so they can curate the most relevant news articles to you, and then basically push it out to your Facebook Messenger every single day. So I just wanted to show you that so that you can understand, hey, how could I use chatbots for my business? And really the best advice I can give you for building a chatbot is really just to recreate a digital version of yourself, of how you would interact and how you would engage with your customers, and how you want, what sort of experience that you want to give to your chatbot users. So that's really important. Now, let's go into some stats. So chatbots are literally taking over, guys. Messaging apps are literally taking over, and there's more people using messaging apps like WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger, WeChat, than there are people using social media. Okay, so by next year, the average person is going to have more chats with chatbots than even with their own spouse, okay? 50% of companies will spend more on their chatbots than even on their own mobile apps. And Mark Zuckerberg himself says that chatbots will be the secret to Facebook's success over the next 10 years. So if you understand where that's coming from, there's literally 200 million Facebook business pages, but only 300,000 of them have built a Facebook chatbot to automate all of their inquiries. So there's huge opportunity for growth there in the world of chatbots. Now, chatbot support stats, okay? So a good chatbot, guys, can cut your operational costs by up to 30%. Okay, IBM says that 80% of all of your FAQs and all of your support can be done automatically through a chatbot. And 64% of internet users say that 24-hour service is the best feature of chatbots. We live in a day where basically you need to be open 24/7, and your customers want to engage with you and your brand and your website, and they want to get answers right then and there on the spot, whether it's 24 hours, midnight, 3 o'clock in the morning, or 6 a.m. In the morning. So 71% of consumers prefer to conduct customer service via chat. Okay, so people no longer want to leave an email form or an email request and go, hey, can you get back to me, 24, 48 hours. If they've got an inquiry, they want it answered right then and there, and they want to do it through chat. Okay, they don't want people to email them back 24 hours later. If you have a look at some crazy statistics around marketing. Okay, so the normal email marketing open rate is 20% for an engaged audience. A chatbot marketing opening rate is 80%. Okay, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about this a little bit later. And what happens when you've got such great opening rates is your click-through rates also go through the roof. So email marketing click-through rates are like 3%. Right? Whereas chatbot marketing click-through rates is sitting at 50%. People are engaging through chatbots. It's just so easy to do so. So I won't go through, the whole reason as to why, but I'll give you a bit of a high level view of why you need to consider chatbots for your business. Number one is simply because chatbots build massive subscriber lists, okay? So what happens is if you want to build your email list, you normally have to do it through like an email opt-in form, right? There's only one way to do it. But with chatbots, as soon as they start engaging with your Facebook Messenger chatbot, they automatically instantly become a subscriber